Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope you're well. My name's Johnny Lee. How have you been? Have you been okay? You've been good? All right, really quickly. Yeah, I'm using a Strat today. This is my 1997 Japanese Strat. You can see that it used to be active. It used to have Dave Gilmour pickups in it. Love this thing. The reason that I've dragged it out today is because I found a video of myself gigging, and I was using the Soldano, and I had an analog board, and I thought that sounded great. And it got me thinking about, you know, do we really need snapshots? They're great. I love them. I've been using them for a very long time. It is a massive game changer within the HELIX usability. But there's something about that old kind of feel, that old amp analog board. So what I've done is I've kind of, as best as I can from memory, is recreated my board that used to feed the Soldano, which I sold because I'm an absolute dick. And I'd really like that amp back, but the guy I sold it to will not part with it. I have to pry it out of his cold dead fingers. So I've just kind of done it as much as I can from memory. So we'll quickly run through it. I should say about this Strat as well. This is a 1997. I've had this a long time. I sold it once, and it got stolen once as well. And the man that did steal it, I went to his house to get it back. He didn't have a good day, which is all we can say about that. Deluxe comp at the beginning, I think it was a Keeley compressor I had way back then. I say think because there was a lot of, you know, alcohol fueled enjoyment back then. Dual pitch, not necessarily POG. Set so that you can play chords on it as well. You get the idea, you get the vibe. Then there was a tube screamer. Everybody had a tube screamer. That would then feed into some kind of distortion pedal. I've gone with the Minotaur because it kind of sits better with this Strat. Back then, I had two Satriani. I had the overdrive and I had the distortion. One was white and one was red. Great pedals. But, you know, if you wanted the Satriani thing, go for either the DS1 mod or the DS1 vintage. The mod is the one that I think his distortion pedal was based on. So that'll kind of get you there if you want to do that. Script mod phase, again, it's not a lot. I can just remember setting everything so that if I wanted to turn it on and leave it on, I could. Obviously, because back then I thought it was Eddie Van Halen. Drive on the Soldano was quite low. That's kind of what I did. The reason for that is that I was a big believer in rolling back on the guitar volume for cleans. And then volume back in. Normal stuff going on there in between the amp and cab is the Kinky Boost. Just opted for one cab this time because way back then I was using all kinds of various Marshalls, Soldanos, Messrs, whatever. Calligraphic EQ just to tame the Strat because it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Script mod phase, script Trinity Chorus, not even the script mod phase, the Trinity Chorus, which is on all of the time. Again, that's what I used to do. Ping pong, really quick. Dual delay, which we'll get onto now. A dynamic plate, I wouldn't necessarily leave that in there, to be honest. I would probably take that out. Tile, and then a 2 dB boost on the end, which is not outrageously bad. Just enough to lift you up, really. So with this, I would run the Tube Screamer into the Minotaur, turn them both on like an absolute lunatic, have the dual delay on as well, and then that gives us our kind of solo sound. So again, you could, you know, you can flick between the two. If I just turn the Minotaur off and turn it on and off. And again with the Tube Screamer on and off. I'm loving it. I'm kind of loving this old school, you know, feel again. It's kind of weird, but it's probably one of the best things I've done on HELIX for a long time, and I think it's good to kind of revisit kind of life before snapshots. You know what I mean? If that's a thing. So yeah, all right. This preset is completely for free. I don't want anything from you other than just subscribe. Hit the like button, say something nice, just, you know, do whatever, and then just let me know if it works. So obviously when you download it as well, make sure that you hit the right mode on your HELIX so that it all displays, because there's no snapshots there. It's old school, baby. Just get a tube amp and just go nuts.